Is Anton Hemmings. I am 12 years old and I am in first form.
Hi, my name is Joshua. I am 14 years old. I am in grade 9 in high school.
Hi, my name is Joel and I'm 17 years old and I'm in the 12th grade in high school.
Hi, my name is Shemuel Martin. I am 19 years old and I am currently a student of the UTech Jamaica studying electrical engineering, and I am currently in my first year.
It was shocking and I was afraid because of how it was killing off a lot of persons. And when everyone else heard that they were actually taking the protocols by social distancing before because they didn't want to catch that virus. So they were telling them not to touch them or don't come near them. And from that day, everything was cancelled and that day school was dismissed.
Well, nothing. Classes continued as normal. And then the next day, a bunch of people had hand sanitizer and alcohol. School went on for a week. We were sent home on a Thursday, and then we were sent an emails stating that we would start online classes Monday morning.
We were in class and then there was an announcement made that we won't be going to school for like 2 weeks, and then so first everyone was like happy because we're not going to school, and they were taking it serious but not as serious. And then when news went around that 2 persons in school got COVID, then everyone started to freak out.
It was a bit frantic. We were a bit worried about what it was like and all of that. But there are a lot of changes in those 2 days when we were still allowed back to school. Everybody had their hand sanitizers. Everybody was saying, stay away from me, keep a distance, 6 feet please. And a lot of persons didn't come to school actually, but I was one of the few that went. It was a bit worrying because we never really knew what would have happened after that.
Sometimes the internet or the service might go down, and also for the teachers. And then if we went through a topic 2 times already, and if I or someone else did not get to go into that class, well then she would have to repeat it over and over again. So it would be harder and persons would be joining later than usual, and that would affect us. And the persons who already understand, yes, but we are not going to be able to continue with any other subjects. And it's just hard to communicate because we're not sometimes good with that. We're usually good with face-to-face to understand a little better, and you might not be working and you have to text in the message, and it's just very confusing for all of us because I can barely take it sometimes.
I occasionally lose my internet connection and connection to my electricity. I also have challenges being separated from my friends.
When the quarantine just started, it was kind of rough because everybody was getting used to the whole online thing, and learning was difficult because normally it would be more interactive and stuff in class, and then now sometimes you're just staring at a blank screen. So for visual learners it's very hard. And back then you missed your friends, but you didn't miss them too much then. But right now, after so much time, I really miss my friends and I really want to go back to school. And it's hard seeing them because person are still afraid of the corona, so they don't really want the child to be going out. The other challenge that I have now is exams. So now when you're used to writing and making jottings on the paper and those stuff, you can't really do that anymore. And then when you have technical difficulties, it's very hard communicating the problem because now you have to either email the school while you're doing the exam or call someone, and then it's not even that simple when you tell them the problem because you still have to find a way to solve it.
About 2 to 3 weeks after the lockdown, we continued our classes online and did the necessary assignments online, with the exception of a few, because I did a lot of the technical subjects that require hands-on interaction. And the biggest challenge, I would say, is that the feeling, the fellowship that you'd expect to be there because of university, it's university, you're expected to make new friends. that's one of the things that most students look toward, and that interaction isn't there. Any amount of persons you interact with is either through group work or you're only seeing them through a screen. The feeling of university isn't necessarily there. It just feels like another day at home, sitting behind your laptop, learning a lesson, or trying at least. Being at home isn't necessarily conducive to learning. It makes me really comfortable, and I don't like that, because you don't have the level of focus and, in some instances, the confidence that you would need to carry out such workloads.
I have learned to appreciate more family time because my parents has to be going out because of work, and you don't know if they're bringing in or bringing out the virus. If it wasn't for my grandmother, I would be alone and I would be eating snacks and all of those things, and if it wasn't for my grandmother, I would not have a proper meal to eat, and she is usually the person who takes more care of me mostly, and just hope that she will live to see many more.
I can teach myself anything that I want to learn if I just put my mind to it. Normally, if me and my acquaintances were at school, we would only just do what we were given and not try to do any more work than we normally had to, due to the fact that it would simply just be easier and less stress on our minds and physical bodies. But since I'm at home, I just didn't have anything better to do, and I didn't start teaching it in classes yet, so I just decided to teach myself the creative.
I've learned to try new things that I wouldn't have tried before Corona, and I realized that in trying new things, I realized that I actually enjoyed it, and I wouldn't have known that I would have enjoyed it if Corona wasn't a thing.
How Corona made you try a new thing?
Let's say Christmas, you'd probably go out, and then now you'd have to stay in, and normally wouldn't. You actually enjoyed staying in, but then you wouldn't have done it if you weren't in quarantine.
Even though you face an issue, even though you are struggling with something, you can't really stay down and allow it to take its effect. You can't allow something to keep you stagnant. You have to keep on going. You have to find ways and certain means to go around them and achieve your goals. Set out certain goals and get them done. You can't go around freelancing because anything can happen. I'm sure that no one expected this pandemic to happen. I'm sure no one expected us to be in lockdown or to be quarantined or to be wearing a mask once you're out in public, to be consistently sanitizing. Find ways and means to go around and get what you need done, because that's the only way that we are able to continue and survive.
I hope that you all stick to the protocol so that we could at least push away this virus a little bit, and hope that it will be over soon.
Boy, you all know, say, this pandemic really put a lot of things in play. I think it helped us to come to realization of how the world really can be and what it is that we can really do. I'm sure persons are out there doing stuff that they didn't imagine that they would have been doing at this stage of their life. It's really an eye-opener for me. It's really something that humbles me, and it's something that I am most certainly willing and itching to overcome, as it kind of change our lives. It kind of change the way we do things, and naturally that's uncomfortable because change is never really something that people want, but it's also something that is really necessary. You see a lot of stuff from the Bible, from Revelations, playing out, and it's really a marvel. It's really a sight to see, and I've been hoping and trying to reach out to others to help them to see what's really been happening around us and certain things that we need to change and how we need to go about changing them.
Look here, I am in grade 9 in high school.
I'm in grade 9 in high school.
Just a little bit more life.
How are you going to even edit this?
I am in.
I am in grade 9 in high school.
Jeez, yeah, I'll do that.
That's fine, do it again.
Just normal school.
Speak up.
Just normal school.
Just a little bit angry. Just a little less angry.
Just normal school.
Like a little, hate knowing this.
Oh, you're not there.
No, not that one. Not that one at all.
Well, based on my observation.
Joshua, for the love of Jesus, don't hitch up, don't hitch up. So what? Just look alive. Okay, just, you know, a little less.
To all the students that's having problems, just remember that you're not alone in this. These are unprecedented times, so just remember that your best is always good enough. That's what I have to say.